is gonna hurt.
Days of Thunder, 1990, directed by Tony Scott. Cole Trickle is a raw, instinct-driven NASCAR rookie. Talent to burn, ego to match, and absolutely no idea what he's actually doing out there on the track. Tom Cruise plays him as a man who's fast enough to win and fragile enough to fall apart. Harry Hogge is his crew chief, a veteran, a craftsman, a man who has seen 100 Cole Trickles come through the garage and watch most of them flame out. Robert Duvall plays him like he's the only adult in the room, and that's because he is. Nicole Kidman is Dr. Claire Lewicki, a neurosurgeon who patches Cole back together after a crash and, inevitably, falls for the wreckage. And it's produced by Don Simpson and Harry Bruckheimer, so you already knew what you were getting. This film is about speed, ego, mentorship, and learning to trust something bigger than yourself. And it all comes right down to this scene right here. Two men connected by a radio at 150 miles per hour. 35 years in the UK movie and entertainment industry from post-production to press. I'm Matt, and here we focus on the moments that built our love for cinema. This is Screen One, the definitive UK voice on 80s and 90s cinema, but without the noise. It's an archive built by somebody who was actually there. So why don't you subscribe today and join the growing Video Store Society for more essential cinema every week. Now, Cole Trickle has been rubbing cars, not on purpose and certainly not strategically. He doesn't understand why it's happening and he doesn't understand what it means. He's reacting to the track the way a raw talent always does, on instinct alone. Harry has watched every lap from the pit wall. He's counted every nudge, every brush, every moment where Cole got too close to another car and couldn't explain why. And now Harry has seen enough. So, what you're about to hear happens with Cole out on the track, in the car, at full speed. Harry isn't beside him. He's a voice on the radio coming through the helmet while the race is still live around him. Cole's been told he's a problem out there. Harry is about to tell him something different, something that changes everything between them. And what Harry says next is not just the philosophy of NASCAR, it's the philosophy of this entire film. So why don't we watch the clip?
Okay, I'm gonna pull this rookie's chain.
Cole, you're wandering all over the track.
Yeah, well, the son of a bitch just slammed into me.
No, he didn't slam into you, he didn't bump you, he didn't nudge you. He rubbed you. And rubbing, son, is racing. There goes a fender. There goes a quarter pan. Well, we're still under a caution. I want you to back out on that track and hit the pace car.
Hit the pace car?
Hit the pace car!
What for?
Because you hit every other goddamn thing out there, I want you to be perfect. Come on, go, go, go! Hey! Well, I feel so good, everything is gonna hurt. You wanna take it easy, cause the place is on fire. Still love me, and I have no work to do.
You're going too high. Stay in the groove.
You got, give me some loving every day. Well, how about that? A sound we don't have to fix. I don't want you spoiled, Buck. Hey!
is gonna hurt.
Did you see that guy? Well, my time was done, driving on the feet of the floor. Crazy people knocking down the door. Let me in, baby, I don't know what you got.
I got a pit.
I don't think so. We're busy now.
You're what?
We are eating ice cream.
Ice cream.
Give me some of it. Give me some. Give me some of it. Give me some, darling. Give me some of it every day.
Now, you're welcome. Come on and get one, but I don't believe NASCAR would think much of you trying to eat an ice cream cone out there. You have enough trouble riding around the track as it is.
Rubbing, son, is racing. 4 words. But Tony Scott and screenwriter Robert Towne knew exactly what they were doing here, and it's worth taking it apart. Start with how this is staged, because it is the most important choice in the scene. These 2 men are not in the same room. They're not even in the same space. Harry is on the pit wall, Cole is out on the track, strapped into the car at full speed. The single most important idea in the entire film is delivered as a voice on the radio, crackling through a helmet while the danger is still live around him. A lesser film sits the mentor and the student down in the calm and lets them talk it out. Tony Scott refuses to. He hands you the thesis of the whole movie mid-race, disembodied, urgent, with the engine screaming underneath it. So think about what he does. Scott spent the entire first act making speed look terrifying. Every crash, every near miss, every moment of rubber meeting rubber at full velocity. He built the danger deliberately. So when the rubbing is racing idea arrives over the radio, it doesn't arrive as a theory, it arrives as an instruction Cole has to act on in the same breath he hears it. The contact isn't failure. The chaos isn't a mistake. It's the point, the control inside the chaos. And that's what racing is. And that's what Scott makes you feel by refusing to step outside of the race to explain it. Now, Robert Duvall is extraordinary here. And notice that he does it all with his voice. Not a close-up of his wise face, no hand on the shoulder, just the voice. And that's what Duvall does. That's what separates him from lesser actors in this kind of a role, is that he never lectures, he explains. There's a warmth underneath the authority. Harry isn't angry at Cole for rubbing. He's telling him rubbing is a skill. What to do when you're inches from 1 at 150 miles an hour. To carry all of that through a radio, but with nothing with tone and timing, is a masterclass. And Cruise also plays it correctly. This is Tom Cruise doing something he doesn't always get credit for. Listening. Strapped in, hands full, ego fighting the information in real time. And as you see it land, Cruise understood this beat belonged to Duvall's idea, and he let it. That's a confident choice from a 28-year-old leading man at the peak of his commercial power. But here is the thing that makes this genuinely essential cinema. It's not just a mentor beat, it is the film's thesis statement. Robert Towne, one of the greatest screenwriters who ever worked in Hollywood, Chinatown, Shampoo, Mission Impossible, understood that the weight of the engine of Days of Thunder was never the speed on its own. It was this relationship, Harry and Cole, experience and instinct, the mentor who's been right about everything and the student who doesn't want to admit it yet. And Scott stages the moment that cements it as 2 voices connected by nothing but a radio frequency and trust. And the line itself, rubbing, son, is racing. It's entered the language, not just the film language, actual language. It gets quoted in boardrooms, in sports commentary, in management books, because the insight inside is universal. Controlled contact isn't aggression, it's technique. 36 years on, and it's still the best line of the film, and still the moment the film earns its place in the archive. Now, they called it Top Gun with wheels, and honestly, that was never really meant as a compliment. But it didn't matter. Days of Thunder was critic-proof, and everyone knew it. Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman were 2 of the biggest movie stars on the planet. They were now actually dating. You put Simpson and Bruckheimer name on the poster, and you already knew what you were paying for. You knew the tempo. You knew the sound. You knew the way it was going to feel in your chest. Critics could say what they liked. And I also can't help but look at this film now and think about Disney Pixar's Cars. Not consciously, not on purpose, but there's something in the DNA of Days of Thunder that feels like it sat somewhere in the back of Pixar's creative consciousness when they built that world. The mentor, the rookie, the racing philosophy, the emotional beats. Make of that what you will. What I can tell you is I saw this at Lakeside UCI Multiplex, and that's still an event in itself. We've been brought up on 3-screen cinemas, 3 screens, sticky floors, and an ice cream interval. The UCI had 10 screens, and it felt like we walked into the future, like cinema had just grown up overnight. That building was part of the experience before the film even started. In hindsight, is this Tom Cruise's best film? It's not even close, but it is one of those films that gets pulled back out every few years, rewatched with a beer and a grin, and it delivers every time. Because it was never trying to be Citizen Kane. It was trying to be a roaring good time on a hot summer night. And it was exactly that. And now there's a sequel in the works, which means the world is coming back to Days of Thunder, whether it's ready to or not. So maybe this is exactly the moment to go back and look at what made this scene and this film matter in the first place. So if Days of Thunder hit you the same way it hit me, subscribe now and join the Video Store Society. It's essential cinema every week. And don't forget to leave a comment below and tell me what you remember about this film. And if you want more scenes that built our love for cinema, the Screen One archive is right there waiting for you. And remember, essential cinema always.